Hit the like button. 100 likes, 100 likes. Hundred likes, 100 likes, 100 likes. Turn the camera on. Turn the camera on. Yeah. Yeah. I want to switch up the beat soon, but that one just gets me so hype. Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Lunchtime Live. My name is DJ Eastwood. Run it back, Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros. You know the drill. The show can't start until we drop the T. Drop the T. Drop the T. Drop the T in the chat. I don't know. It's not syncing. What's up with this one? Why isn't it syncing? I don't know, bro. This kind of looks like a bag of something else. We might have an interesting show up here today. Yeah, everybody, before we get started, please do me a favor. Close out the chat and hit the like button. If you enjoy these shows and you want these shows to continue, we need to work together to push these shows through the YouTube algorithm. And the only way to do that is to close out the chat and hit the like button. Yeah. All right, before we get into the business, quick injury update from me. You know, those that don't know, last Saturday, 2 Saturdays ago, I was at the local community gym shooting around. Someone asked me to play 2-on-2. I said, okay. I didn't I didn't have the ankle braces. Very dumb decision. Landed on someone's foot. Sprained the hell out of my right ankle. Thought it would heal on its own, but the pain kept getting worse and worse and worse. Can't sleep at night. It's just excruciating. I'm talking level 10. So I went to an urgent care today. They put me in a cast. And I have an X-ray on Friday. So there's Eastwood's injury update. Per Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN, DJ Eastwood will be reevaluated after an X-ray on Friday. Yeah. And never, ever, ever again will I play basketball without ankle supports because Yeah, I've done this before, but the last time I did it, I think I was about 18 years old, and recovery is just a lot different when you're no longer that young. Shout out to everybody in the stream. Andrew Murillo, Anthony Hands, Richard Buchanan, Bubba45, Chiquita, Andrew, I said that already. Vincent, El Copic, No Dog, No Entry. Bubba45, Hardcore History Buff. What's going on? Where are you watching from? Where are you tuning in from? Are you at school? Are you at work? Are you at home ignoring your spouse, listening to me instead of her? Yeah. Speaking of that, DW, Run It Back Queen, is in the building. Downstairs watching me on stream. Shout out to it. On my way to the gym, Andrew. I would like to be able to go to the gym. Thought I was going to be able to go back to the gym soon, but now I'm in a cast and I'm going to be in a walking boot. So that's what's going on. DJ, you turned into the that escalated quickly meme. Yes, I did. Weather got me off today. Currently being paid to sit at the office and watch YouTube. Dope. Shout out to that. Watching me on company time. Ayo, Eastwood all day. What's up? Abe Link just got back from the gym. Damn, you guys, I want to go to the gym, man. Yeah, thanks for the kind words. But we show us the t-shirt, DJ. Oh yeah, I got to shout out this t-shirt, bro. This was sent to me by damn. Didn't I write it down? I put the link in the description. This was sent to me by Modern Vintage. All right, Modern Vintage Clothing. Yeah, look at that. Just in time. If you want this Joel Embiid t-shirt, Modern Vintage Clothing, modernvintage.co. The link's in the description. Modernvintage.co. Shout out to them. Thanks for sending me the Joel Embiid shirt, man. Martin Santiago. Still got the top super chat of the month. Naming my first son Hans. Book it. Yeah. Thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks to everybody that supports the channel. It supports me as an independent content creator. One more time, hit the like button. Yesterday, we exceeded 600 live viewers. That's all because of you guys hitting the like button. So do me that favor. All right, let's get down to business. Joel Embiid is the MVP. Joel Embiid wins NBA MVP. He gets awarded, announced the award yesterday. And I want to say this, and I'm not going to focus on anything anybody has to say that's negative whatsoever. We're not even going to go there. Those people don't exist. Joel Embiid, not just since being drafted by the Philadelphia 76ers, but the journey he's been on since he was 15 years old, in Cameroon, Africa. He was a volleyball player. There wasn't many basketball players around. His family wasn't basketball players. He told his parents he wants to play basketball. They thought it sounded crazy. He was tall, skinny, couldn't speak English, had absolutely no basketball skills whatsoever. And a little over 10 years later, he is the most valuable player in the greatest basketball league in the world. He went from, I want to play basketball, no skills whatsoever. From the first time he picked up a ball, he was 15. 13 years later, he is the best basketball player on planet Earth. Shout out to Joel Embiid for that. And, the whole journey once he got drafted with the broken foot, re-injures it, misses the first 2 years of his career. He becomes this like mythological creature in the city of Philadelphia. Like he was being held somewhere by the organization. He would make an appearance once in a while, and it was like you were seeing Bigfoot. You know what I mean? During the tanking years, it was always like, yeah, we went 10-72. Yeah, we drafted Jahlil Okafor. Yeah, we drafted Nerlens Noel. Yeah, this, that. But you always knew in the back. Don't forget. We got that dude Joel Embiid, bro. And when he's healthy, And there was people saying he's never going to be healthy. There was people saying this or that. I had people telling me one of his warm-up videos where he was hitting like turnaround fadeaway threes. People were telling me anyone can do that in an empty gym. Let's see him do it again. You know what I mean? Those kind of things. But the whole time we knew we got this guy. And we know with this combination of size and skill, if he gets healthy, he could be one of the best centers to ever play basketball. He gets healthy, plays 3 months, misses the rest of his rookie season. He's still battling injuries. Ben Simmons comes back, whatever. Then he plays 5 seasons with Ben Simmons. The spacing's terrible. The organization didn't give him what he needed to have space on the floor. I mean, that was just... it should have been a no-brainer to basketball minds, but again, it wasn't really being even run by Brett Brown and Elton Brand, or was it Josh Harris and his dumb billionaire friends that don't know anything about the sport? He gets here, accomplishes all of that, goes through all of that adversity, and he's the best basketball player on the planet. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Joel Embiid, for being you. Humble, funny. This guy doesn't even... Do you know Joel Embiid doesn't own a car? He just got his driver's license a couple years ago. All this dude does is plays ball and goes home. He likes video games. He likes his family. He doesn't do anything. He's the most humble, just down-to-earth, chill guy, just out here wants to be the best basketball player on the planet. So I think that's why the MVP award meant so much to him, because it's just a symbol of like how much you worked from Cameroon, Africa, to putting in work every single day and dreaming of coming to America and being great and actually making it happen and being recognized for that by the league calling you the most valuable player. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Joel. And I grew up watching Allen Iverson, and I love the dynamic because Allen Iverson at his size had his back against the wall. 5'10", basically, the size of an average guy walking down the street, and went on to win multiple scoring titles and drop 48 points against the Lakers in the NBA Finals. Just things that shouldn't be possible for somebody that size. Joel Embiid is like similar, but the opposite. Things that shouldn't be possible for a person 7'2", 285 pounds, Joel Embiid does. And I and you and all of us, I don't know if you grew up in the Iverson era, but me personally and people my age, we were blessed to watch that very unique, once-in-a-lifetime player. And now we've been blessed to watch this very unique, once-in-a-lifetime player. And he deserves the MVP. And anybody that's on the internet crying about it can kiss my ass. Yeah! 311 people in here. Hit the like button. What's up, man? What's up? I missed the super chat. My bad. Where are you at? Where are you at? Babyface Ham. If Embiid plays tonight, bring the brooms out. Oh, yeah. We got to get into that. The first thing I want to do is play the little video of Joel being awarded the MVP and Embiid MVP. And, all right, what's this? James Harden gifted Joel Embiid a watch for winning it. Oh, that's dope. We're going to look at that, too. Here's the video of him getting the award, and he starts crying. And again, it's not, fuck you and your, it's a pity, whatever. This is a symbolizing everything he's done every single day from the time he looked at a ball and said, I want to play this sport and I want to be the best. Every minute he put into becoming that good, every minute of work he put in was recognized right here when they said Joel Embiid is the most valuable player in the National Basketball Association. That's facts. Shooter McGavin, slob his knob because he plays video games. You're out of here, bro. Have a great day. See you later, loser. Yeah. Why did I look at the chat? You see what happens? You see what happens, bro? You see what happens? Anyway, There's the video of him winning MVP. Harden gave him a gift for winning MVP. I mean, I always think it's funny when, people are worth $150, $200 million and give each other presents. But, shout out to Harden for that. And I'm going to go over Joel Embiid's comments at his press conference. I think that's probably going to be the majority of this show. And then we'll talk a little bit about the Boston Celtics game 2 tonight and whether or not he's going to play. But shout out to James for giving him an MVP gift. I guess we didn't really get to see what it is or whatever. Probably something that that I can't afford right now. I was going to say that I'll never be able to afford, but who knows? Who knows, man? Who knows? Yeah. Yeah. Let's go to his comments on the at the press conference. He did a live press conference today. My guy Sean Bernard on Twitter broke it down for us. Did I spell your name wrong, Sean? What happened here? Sean Bernard. What the? There he is. Oh, Sean Bernard 1. My bad, Sean. Sean dropped a bunch of the quotes. Here. After the press conference. So let's just go. He gave us the best of the best instead of sitting there watching the whole press conference because I missed it because I was setting up to go live here. Crazy how 33, 10, and 5 is a pity MVP. The internet sucks. The internet's trash, bro. Trash. Don't read it. The Twitter is mostly, I use Twitter obviously for news, NBA news, sporting news, things like that, but most of it is a bunch of 13-year-olds just trying to say funny things with their friends at home and swipe a cam. Twitter is literally 13-year-olds trying to say funny things with their friends in their mom's basement, and then there's swipe a cam, and that's what Twitter is. Sean Bernard, let's see. Joel Embiid's initial thoughts on MVP. It's amazing. It feels good, obviously. That's something that I've dreamed of and always wanted, especially when I started playing basketball. This is just one step to whatever I want to accomplish, which is to win championships. Yeah, let's go. And look, Joel believed it from the time he was 15. He believed that he could be the best basketball player on the planet, and he accomplished that. And if Joel Embiid believes that he can win NBA championships, I got no reason to think that he can't accomplish that also. Sean Bernard, it's impossible to not watch this press conference and love Joel Embiid, giving some reflection on what it means to him, the dark times he's been through, how there was negative 0% chance he would make it to this level of basketball in America in general. Embiid talks about how he wants to be a beacon of hope for people in Africa and everywhere. Shout out to that, man. Look, you can do anything you set your mind to. To be totally honest, there's limits to that. I mean, he did grow up to be 7'2", 285 pounds, and I also think Joel Embiid is a certain level of genius, because Joel, from the time he picked up a ball, could watch somebody do something and can emulate it automatically. There's 7-footers in the NBA right now that have been trying to learn how to shoot and just can't do it. Joel has this picture, what do they call it? Photographic memory or whatever, where he can just watch a video. He said he learned how to shoot by watching white people on YouTube. And go find that clip if you don't believe me. He actually said that one time. And he said, yeah, the white people, they keep their elbow in and it's real square. And you can imagine, him and his friends over in Africa chilling, finding, how to shoot a basketball on YouTube. And, I mean, he's probably not wrong. It was probably, that's how he learned. But he has this photographic style of like memory where he can look at something and just emulate it. And it's from his jump shot to his Hakeem Olajuwon style footwork, double dream shake, turnaround fadeaways, all of the skill. He just kind of watched somebody do and said, I can do that. And he went and did it. And that's very rare. His size is rare. There's a lot of there's a lot of natural gifted ability that he has here. So, it is that's, genetics plays into it or just random whatever. Like me and my mom were talking about Bryce Harper yesterday, how he came back from Tommy John surgery so fast. He's a freak of nature. You could try to do that. You can. There's just something about some people. They just got something. But I just wanted to say that. You can make it to the NBA. There's probably never going to be another Joel Embiid. My dude Keith Richmond, man. Sixers, go get it. Let's go. Thanks for the super chat, Keith. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming through, man. Thanks for hanging with me. Thanks for rocking with me for a couple years now, Keith. 3 years you've been rocking with the show, man. Shout out to you. Thanks for the support. Joel Embiid says, pays homage to the process era in MVP. We went through all the years of the process to try to get these opportunities, whether it's the burner accounts, my guy Sam Hinkie getting kicked out. There's a lot that happened. He said, my guy Sam Hinkie getting kicked out. That's funny, man. Joel's a funny dude, and it's just another added layer of him as a person, man. When he came into the league, the trolling, the just being the funny guy, he's a very unique person, man. He's a very unique person. Joel Embiid says, it's a possibility about playing tonight, but doesn't go further than this. Says he's still going to talk it over with doctors and that he wants to play. Yeah, True Teller, you're out of here too, bro. We got trolls all up in the chat. We're not dealing with it today, bro. We're not dealing with the trolls today. You guys get no shine today. You get no voice today. You get nothing. You get nothing today. We're not dealing with it today. See you later. Joel Embiid said it's a possibility that he's going to play tonight. Shams tweeted that Joel said he's back. We'll talk about that in a minute. If there's any other quotes that he had a quote. Teammates. Oh, here it is. Here is where Joel takes a sly little dig at a player that he was forced to play with for 5 years, that he was way too nice to. Way too nice to. I talked about it when I was talking about that PJ Tucker thing yesterday, where PJ looked at Paul Reed and said, what the fuck are you doing? Go get a fucking rebound. You know what I mean? And lit a fire under him, and Paul went out there and played better, or whatever issues he was having in the first half. He played better in the second half. And Joel should have done that with Ben Simmons from day one. I understand they were both kind of drafted at the same time, and Joel didn't feel like he was, at a status where he could tell somebody that or talk to him like that. But I think, somebody like PJ Tucker was there when he was drafted, that would have happened. But here's what Joel said. Joel shouts out Tyrese Maxey specifically for being a guy who gets it, that when he's critical of him, he knows that he only wants him to get better. He also mentions that teammates in the past have not gotten this, and that's why this team is different. He said Tyrese Maxey gets it when you're critical of him. When you tell him he's doing something wrong, he understands. He has self-awareness. Like most people on the planet have self-awareness. The Ben Simmons thing is just a rare case of a sociopath who's never going to understand. But he says, some teammates in the past didn't really do too well with, people being critical and things like that. So he's clearly, obviously alluding to Ben Simmons. And, I'll basically never forgive the Philadelphia 76ers organization for forcing that for as long as they forced it. It was never going to happen. Even if it did, the fit of a point guard that won't shoot is not what you need around Joel. But it took 8 years, however long it took. But now he has a point guard. Now he has a guy like Tyrese Maxey. He has a guy like James Harden. He has pieces that make sense roster-wise to help him, get to the level that he wants to be at. Joel Embiid on James Harden. Speaking of James Harden, I think he kind of made it his goal for me to be the MVP. He called James Harden the best playmaker in the NBA. It says Harden has helped him grow as a basketball player in a significant way. And shout out to Sean Bernard, too. Independent content creator. And he's doing this work on Twitter out there, doing the work that, these what do I want to say? I don't want to say anything negative about anyone, but Sean's doing great work that other people are being paid to do. So shout out to independent content creators and guys like Sean Bernard. Follow him at Sean Bernard _1 or Sean _Bernard 1. You know what I'm saying? I had him on the show before. Shout out to him. 406 in here. Hit the like button. Give me 400 likes. Let's keep it moving, man. We're just going to celebrate all day. That's what we're going to do. We're going to celebrate all day. Joel Embiid pointed out his debut game when he knew that he was ready for the NBA stage. When I first played my first bucket, I remember the turnaround fadeaway jumper. I remember it too, Joel. I remember it too, Joel. That's when I knew it was like, oh, man, it's on. It's about to be scary for everyone else. I remember that, man. The crowd was so... And if you guys, weren't fans at the time or were too young at the time or whatever, go back and watch it. Bask in it. We sat around for 2 years waiting for this guy to, get healthy and play. It seemed like it was never going to happen. Then it's like, oh my God, this is it. He's actually real. He's not a mythical creature. He actually exists, and he goes out on the court, and all of the things that we knew about him, all the things that we said about him, his footwork, his turnaround fadeaway, everything. The first time we saw it live, he gets the ball. The crowd's going crazy. Everybody stands up. He hits the pivot, dream shake, fade away from the free throw line. Bro, it was one of the best moments of Philly sports history. I really think that. And Joel remembers that shot, and anybody that witnessed it remembers that shot. Is it on here? Oh, yeah, here it is. Here it is, man. Let's see if we can get it with some sound going on. Man. I remember this, man. It was fun.
And the weight was And Joel Embiid has everything that you want from a big man. Look, he's dancing on him. He's doing fake.
I don't know who these people are talking, but yeah, the crowd was on their feet, man. He gets the ball. The crowd's going crazy, and, boom, boom, boom. And we were like, oh, my God, it's real. Oh, my God, it's real. He really exists. He really is 7 feet tall and has the skill of a 6'5" guard. He really is real. And, it was a fun time. I got a little sidetracked. Anyway, what else you got, Sean? Is that it from Embiid's press conference? Let's keep it going. We're just going to go Joel Embiid and read whatever pops up. That's what we're going to do. Top. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to read whatever pops up. There's Harden giving him the watch. There's Sean Bernard. There's the announcement of the MVP. Jokic fanboys explaining to everyone. Joel Embiid coaching the process Sixers in 2015 while he couldn't play. Nobody deserves this more than him. I agree with that. My son is the reason why I'm sitting here. All right, here's a little 3-minute segment of the press conference. Let's see what he says.
The biggest key of it is obviously, it's all about family. I don't talk about it a lot. My son, I would say, is probably the biggest part of it. My parents, they've been here, from the beginning. I'm still kind of pissed at my dad because he didn't let me start playing basketball until 15. Who knows what I could have been if I had started earlier, but he made the right decision. Everything happens for a reason. My mom, she doesn't really care about all of this. She just wants me to be healthy and, be able to, do what I love. So that being a big part of it. And then obviously my family, fiance, Arthur, like I said, he's the, obviously losing my, my brother, and, I think, and then giving his name to my son meant a lot. And he's, my son is, the reason why I'm really sitting here, because I just, when I found out, we were having a kid, I just remember I was like, I gotta be a great role model, and I gotta set a good example. I want him to understand that, his dad, not only was pretty good, but he also worked hard and he went and, took everything he wanted. So he's one of the reasons why, like, my whole mindset just changed. Everything about me just changed. The way I went about my business, my life, everything just changed because I just wanted to be a great father, set a good example, and then obviously there's been a lot of people along the way. If I start going through names, we're gonna be sitting here for a long time. But so they know who they are. I mean, Drew, Kim, the Talent family that were a big part of my rehab. When I got to the league, that really took care of me. It's a lot of people. I got a lot of may seem like I don't have a lot of friends, but I do have a lot of friends. Like I said, that know who they are. My guys from LA. I won't go through names. There's a lot of people, but a lot of people have helped me get here. It would not be possible without those people. They've sacrificed a lot for me. But story's not over. I don't want to say, but it's baby steps, to get, where you want. And, we went all through these years of the process to trying to get, these opportunities. And I think a lot of credit goes to the fans also because they've been so supportive, from the beginning. Showing up to games, even though there were seasons where we won 10 games and EB hanging a banner in the locker room. I remember being pissed about it because my name was up there and I had nothing to do with it because I'm just not a loser. I hate losing. But we went through.
Yeah, shout out to Joel, man. Robert says, no Doc love I see. I think he shouted out Doc Rivers at one point. Unless you're talking about me not giving Doc Rivers credit. Once in a while, people come through the comment section and they say, you owe Doc Rivers an apology and he deserves. I don't know, man. Sometimes I think you guys are legitimately Doc Rivers, in the chat, like going on YouTube, searching his name or whatever, trying to, I just don't. I don't know what is the allegiance that you have to a 21-year head coach who has won championship in 2008 and is a condescending prick to the media. I don't know. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. He gave Doc love. Look, I said this before and I'll say it again. And I like what Doc Rivers has done in the month of March. I like what he did in the first series. I like what he did in the first game. Doc is coaching exactly how we wanted him to coach from day one. I don't think he's doing rocket science. I think he's just making the common sense decisions that everybody's wanted him to make since day one. Just don't overthink it. Play Paul Reed at backup center. Just do the right thing. Now, with Joel Embiid being, in the Brett Brown era, and then Doc Rivers came along and the spacing was better, I do think Doc Rivers is quite clearly a better X's and O's coach than Brett Brown. Doc Rivers knew from the jump what we all knew, what anybody that's ever played ball knew, is that Joel needs space in the paint. What are we doing out here with Al Horford, Tobias Harris, Ben Simmons, and Josh Richardson? What are we doing? Why are we playing a center next to him? Things like that. Doc Rivers got here and said, the guy needs space. That's number one. Again, I'm not going to sit here and act like that was some kind of genius revelation that he made, and I got to sit here and go, oh, Doc Rivers is the reason Joel became MVP. We went and got a legendary coach. No, come on. It was common sense. And also the roster construction. Daryl Morey showed up and day one said, hey, first thing we got to do is get rid of this Al Horford contract because that's the worst thing I've ever seen. Why would you put him next to Joel? He didn't even try to work that out. He knew how asinine that was from the jump. Day one, Al Horford out of here. So, yeah, it's Doc Rivers doing obvious stuff, I think, but being a better X and O's coach than Brett Brown, that's not saying much. and the combination of Daryl Morey knowing more about roster construction than Josh Harris and his dumbass friends. So, you can give the credit. You can give the credit wherever you want to give it, but that's that's my take on it. That's my take on it. All right, somebody said yesterday, Joel Embiid is a top blank Sixer of all time. And I wanted to give you my opinion on that. Joel Embiid right now is a top blank Sixer of all time. What you got in the chat? What you got in the chat? Abe Link says top 4. Top 4. Abe Link says top 4. Top 4. Top 4. Top 5. Tim Starr says top 3 with right now. Right now, top 3, top 5, top 3, top 4, top 4, top 3. I gotta go. I said top 4 yesterday, but I never talk about Wilt Chamberlain because what was it? It was before the ABA NBA merger. It was like the Philadelphia Warriors. It was like I don't know. But if you're gonna force me, because people always come in and say, "What about Wilt? What about Wilt? What about Wilt?" Okay, fine. The guy that played in the '60s, and yeah, he was a freak of nature, has every record there's ever been. You can't even touch the guy. So okay, Wilt's in there. All right, yeah, Wilt's in there. So I gotta go. I gotta go the 3 Hall of Famers that won a championship in Philly before anybody. I have to do that. I can't put you ahead of the 3 that won a championship for Philly: Maurice Cheeks, Moses Malone, and Dr. J. And then the fact that Allen Iverson took a team that had no business even sniffing the NBA Finals, took them to the finals, stole one game against the Lakers, dropping 48 points in that game, and stepping over Tyronn Lue, and just all the legendary things that Allen Iverson did at such a small size in the NBA. Never won a ring, but I got to put Iverson at 4. And then at 5, I guess it's Joel Embiid and Charles Barkley. And you know what? The fact that there was always stories about the fact that Charles Barkley didn't want to be here and purposely gained weight on before the draft to hope that the Sixers wouldn't draft him, and they drafted him anyway. Charles Barkley. Joel's in there right now. So Joel, to me, is number 5, I think, or 6. What did I say? 5 or 6? But yeah, that's where he's at right now. But if Joel Embiid wins an NBA championship, he's the best Sixer of all time. If Joel Embiid wins an NBA championship, he's the best Sixer of all time. Ahead of Dr. J, ahead of Moses Malone, ahead of Maurice Cheeks. And the reason I say that is because I think he's the most skilled big man I've ever seen play the game. The step backs, the turnaround fadeaways, the dominance under the rim, the footwork, the three-point shot, the ball handling, running fast breaks, okey doke dribbles, no look passes. I mean, the dude has so much skill at his size. I've never seen it before. And if he wins one ring, he's automatically, to me, the best 76ers player ever. Agree with that if you want to. Disagree with it if you don't want to. Whatever. Doug Collins, top 5. Come on, bro. Yeah. I just wanted to say that. 442 people in here. Shout out to everybody. Shams announced that Joel Embiid is back. And then Joel Embiid says it's possible. So that's where we're at with it right now for tonight against the Boston Celtics. Shams tweets. He tweeted and then he made it a athletic article that you have to pay to read. I know. I'm on to you. I'm on to you, Shams. I told you the other day I'm on to you. Just give me the tweet, bro. I'm not paying $1.99 to read it. After winning MVP last night during a quick 76ers celebration, Joel Embiid turned to the team and said, "I'm back." Embiid is indeed on track to return tonight in Game 2 versus the Celtics, barring any setbacks, sources tell The Athletic. And there's your boy Eastwood right there.
Okay? Can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've come too far. There's too much to lose. We've got to just keep our composure. Can't have anyone freak out there, okay?
Shout out to old school, man. Will Ferrell. But yeah, so Sham says Joel is on track to play tonight, and then Joel said it's a possibility. Probably because they still don't really want to tell the Boston Celtics if Joel's playing or not. What do the Sixers... Okay, let's wait. Yeah, let's look at this. Let's look at this video of Joel shooting because, people are saying stuff about it. I had somebody say, oh my God, he's not healthy because of this shooting video. And, he went out there to get some shots up. I mean, what's he going to do? Run drills? He's putting weight on the knee. A little in-out mini crossover. That's a little plant, little side-to-side action. I mean, if he was hurt, he wouldn't be out here doing this. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's not going to go hard in this shoot-around, but looks healthy to me, guys. Looks healthy to me. What do you guys think, bro? What do you guys think? Prime says Bo Cruz is the greatest Sixer. Okay, whatever. AI didn't play with half the players Embiid played with. That's true. We need to see him do windmills like Zion before he's considered healthy. I agree with that. I'm a big time Sixers fan, but why are you guys timing that guy Jay out? He is just showing his support. Seems classic. What guy, Jay? Who's timing people out? What did Jay say? I don't know what Jay said. But yeah, if only time people out if they're trolling. He's trolling. That's why Abe says, "Yeah. Take that, Jay." No, contribute to the conversation, give your opinion. But if you're in here saying M flop and Jokic deserved it and M flop and shit like that, then get the hell out of here.
Someone put me on timeout. Is that Abe dude? That Abe dude gotta go.
What did you say?
I didn't say anything.
All right, okay. I don't want to do this right now.
Just saying.
Anyway. There's mayhem in the chat. I don't know what's going on. I can't read the chat while I'm doing this. So we'll figure it out. But anyway, yeah, Joel's shooting and he looks healthy to me. He looks healthy to me. If he plays tonight, and the Sixers win, we're winning the series. If he plays tonight and the Sixers win, we're winning the series. That's what's happening. What do the Sixers need to do to win Game 2? James Harden's not going to give you another 45. I think that's definitely not going to happen. If it does happen, I'll stand corrected once again. Just as I stood corrected that I didn't think James Harden was going to drop 45 in Game 1. But if James Harden, goes back to his usual, 20 and 10, 25 and 10, that would be nice. We need a better game from Tyrese Maxie. He struggled to shoot in the first half of that game, had a little spurt at the third quarter, but he really was struggling to shoot. So if you get a game where Tyrese Maxey starts to light it up a little bit, you get your 20 and 10 from Harden. If Joel's close to 100%, Sixers can win Game 2. Tobias Harris gave you 18 last game. Keep it going, Tobias. Put pressure on the refs. Put pressure on the refs. Paul Reed. Yeah, you need Paul Reed to do his thing at backup center. I don't think Doc Rivers is considering playing Dwayne Dedmon or Montrezl Harrell or anybody like that. That's why, when Paul was struggling in the first half, Doc's strategy was to go to PJ Tucker at the 5, and it scares me when that happens. Maxie wasn't bad. Maxie started the game like 0 for 6. You know what I mean? I just meant he was struggling to shoot in the first half, and then he had a spurt in the third quarter, and his overall box score wasn't bad, but maybe you can get a 30-point game out of Maxie in this game to help you take game 2. I want to shout out DeAnthony Melton too. I forgot to say anything about DeAnthony Melton in the last little game breakdown, and I was saying in the live stream that DeAnthony Melton's a player that nobody talks about and a player that's like easily overlooked, and I overlooked it. I forget to say anything. He's just the guy that's just there and is just going to do his thing, and it just flies under the radar. He's quiet, shows up in not a Balenciaga runway outfit, just shows up in a hoodie and sweatpants and goes out there and plays ball and chases down rebounds, makes big time shots. I mean, when the Celtics were as hot as they were in the first quarter of that game 2 days ago, DeAnthony Melton was the one in that first quarter that was answering time and time and time again. So DeAnthony Melton's become a big time part of this team, and he's very, very important. And if you can continue to get that level of production out of DeAnthony Melton, that gives us even a better chance. The Sixers need to continue to shut down Jalen Brown. Jalen Brown, if for those who don't know, got clamped by Tyrese Maxey last game a couple of times. And with the combination of Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum, if you could take one of these guys, out of the game, that makes it easier. That makes it easier to beat this team if you could take one of these guys out of the game. Here's Jalen Brown getting clamped by Tyrese Maxey. And Rip Slumpy on Twitter says Jalen Brown is in year 8 and still can't dribble, by the way. I mean, I talk a lot about how great Jalen Brown is, and sometimes I say, I think he's better than Jason Tatum. But he has a point here. Is Jalen Brown good in an ISO situation? Because Tyrese Maxey is not a good one-on-one defender in the NBA by any stretch of the imagination. Jalen Brown should be able to take him right here. And that's shout out to Tyrese. That's great defense by Tyrese. But yeah, let's keep attacking Jalen Brown. Let's keep, forcing the pressure way outside of the 3-point line. Don't give him any space. Look how far out Tyrese is when they switch on here. Stay out there on him. Keep pressuring him when he has the ball. It seems like he definitely struggles in ISO situations when you play him that tightly outside the 3-point line. So, I think that's something we need to continue to do. Stay on Jalen Brown and force him to do things like that. And, maybe we had PJ Tucker on Jason Tatum a lot of times in that game. And, it's all defense. I was impressed by the Sixers defense in that game. It shocked me. It was the best defense I'd seen them play in the after that first quarter where we were just giving up everything left and right. After PJ Tucker yelled at people, the Sixers played maybe the best defense I've seen them play all year. The rotations, the switches, the communication, everything. And we're going to need that. We're going to need that again. And Doc has been coaching really well in the chat. Doc has been coaching really well. Again, it's not rocket science. It's really not. Just, play Paul Reed, stagger James Harden and Tyrese Maxey. Don't put Montrezl Harrell, Dwayne Dedmon out there. He did go to PJ Tucker and George Niang at the 4 and the 5 when we were already giving up a ton of points at the rim, and I thought the game was going to end up being a blowout. But, Paul came back in and we fought and we made it happen. Yeah, I mean, Doc's just doing what I've been saying he should be doing since the beginning of the season, bro. Stagger James Harden, Tyrese Maxey. Play Paul Reed at backup center. Don't do anything crazy, Doc. You've done crazy things in every playoff series you've ever been in. Don't do anything crazy. Yeah. What else? I was kind of surprised we didn't get any House. That's interesting that, Daniel House hasn't gotten any playoff run yet. He had some good run at the end of the season. We thought, in certain lineups that what we called the Black Air Force One lineup, the team that the defensive lineups that really give teams hell. Paul Reed, DeAnthony Melton, Jalen McDaniels, and who are we talking about? Daniel House Jr. on the floor with James Harden. It is interesting that he hasn't gotten any run yet, but George Niang has been giving you buckets. If Niang's going to be in there, he's got to be hitting threes, and Niang's been hitting threes. He's been even creating off the dribble a little bit, some dribble drives, some mid-range jumpers. So I think Niang is doing a good job for now, and as long as he, if he goes ice cold and he's giving up all these points on the defensive end, then yeah, I think Daniel House Jr. is the better option in that lineup. But we will see. Thoughts on Springer minutes. Doc Rivers is not playing Jaden Springer in the playoffs after he didn't play him the entire regular season. That just flat out ain't happening. I want to laugh a little bit before I get up out of here. Dylan Brooks, who I've been roasting this whole season because he just thinks, I don't know what he thought, man. I don't know what he thought. So the Memphis Grizzlies go into the playoffs. They were the number 1 and number 2 seed the whole season in the West. And they enter the playoffs with this level of cockiness that just came back to bite them it came back to just smack them in the face. And you had Dylan Brooks talking trash to LeBron James. I don't care. He's old. I poke bears. Bro, you put up 12 points on 20% shooting. I poke bears. I've never seen such a mid player talk trash to an absolute legend, one of the greatest. Then they go on to lose the series. And then the Memphis Grizzlies, shortly after that, announced that they will not be re-signing Dylan Brooks. See, it's one of those things where it's like this. You're just bringing this negative energy to this team that we don't need. Trash talking's fine for somebody who's bringing something positive onto the court. You're just bringing this negative energy, and you're pissing off LeBron James, who's killing us on the other end. Yeah, if you're only good enough to put up 8 points in a playoff game, we're gonna go ahead and just get somebody that's a little more quiet than Dylan Brooks. I just think that's funny. And I said a couple weeks ago, I got the Lakers coming out of the West if they're healthy. Lakers remain healthy. Lakers beat the Grizzlies. Lakers beat the Warriors last night in game 1. If the Lakers are healthy, they're coming out of the West because LeBron James at 38 years old, he's still got some fight. And I think he's going to do everything he can to get back there maybe one more time. LeBron James versus Joel Embiid in the NBA Finals. Let's go. If the Sixers beat Boston, it's Lakers-Sixers in the NBA Finals. If the Sixers beat Boston, it's Lakers-Sixers in the NBA Finals. The Lakers beat the Warriors last night, and an interesting thing happened that I don't want to compare Jordan Poole to, Dylan Brooks, but Jordan Poole has this. My guy Sean Bernard said it the perfect way when I was tweeting last night. At the end of the game, the Warriors are down by 3. All right. The clock's running down. Steph Curry gets doubled right across half court. So obviously your game plan, don't let Steph Curry shoot a 3-pointer to tie this game. That's obvious, right? He kicks it over to Jordan Poole. He comes back to half court looking for the ball back. And Jordan Poole says, nah, you know what? I think down by 3 in the playoffs with the greatest 3-point shooter to ever live, literally telling me to give him the ball back, I think it's Jordan Poole time right now. Chucks like a 37-foot three-pointer off the side of the rim. Game over. Your job is to give the ball back to Steph Curry. That's your job. And remember the one time, was it the regular season or last year's playoffs or something, where Steph got pissed off about a Jordan Poole shot and threw his mouthpiece into the stands and got suspended for a game? I thought he was going to do it again last night. And somebody needs to sit down with a guy like Jordan Poole and say, look, man, we know you can score, but there's a pecking order here. And when we're down by 3, it's probably the best idea to make sure the best three-point shooter of all time has the ball in his hands. I don't know. I just feel a negative energy from a guy like that too, you know? Just overly cocky. Remember when Draymond punched him in the face? I was showing my girlfriend that video last night because she never saw the video. I told her that it happened before, but I showed her the video. And I remember when it first happened, I was like, damn, that's messed up that Draymond did that to a teammate. And the punch was vicious. But then over watching Jordan Poole play a little bit more and just seeing his mannerisms and his level of just, I don't know, he thinks he's something. Then I imagine that he was in practice just, he needed his ass beat. That's probably what happened. He was saying some slick shit and Draymond was like, what the hell did you just say to me? And then he pushed him and he knocked him the hell out. But I just thought the Jordan Poole shot last night with Steph Curry clapping, asking for the ball back was ridiculous. Jordan Poole poked the bear. Exactly. Cocky little son of a bitch. And got his clock cleaned. But yeah. Hey, man. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for hanging out. Everybody hit the like button. I appreciate everyone that's in here right now hanging out with me. Babyface Ham, Maxie over Poole. I agree with that. Because Maxie's a little bit smarter of a player. And I think somebody like Jordan Poole is going to shoot you out of games. And every time he makes a shot, then he thinks, oh, I'm the man now. I'm on fire now. It's heat check time. I think Maxie's a little bit smarter of a player than Jordan Poole. And I just think Tyrese Maxey has a higher upside. Draymond said it wasn't a bad shot on his podcast. Okay. Don't care. They're going to lose this series because Draymond is running to his hotel room to make podcast episodes after every game. Oh, man, we lost. I got to go tell the people. What I think. It's so weird to me. That's so weird to me that an active player ran back to a hotel room. Game 1 breakdown. What? You're an NBA player. Why do you want to be a YouTuber so bad? Why don't you wait till you retire? Man, I can't wait to see Draymond's Game 1 breakdown after a loss against the Lakers. What? Do the fans even want to hear Draymond's Game 1 breakdown after a loss? What is this? Yeah. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Joel Embiid is the MVP. I'm glad we didn't give any attention to the negative haters because they're on the internet crying all day long about Joel winning MVP. But guess what? They can suck it. Pause. Yeah, that's all I got, man. Sixers, Celtics tonight on Playback TV. Join me, playback.tv/runitbackphilly. We shattered a record again last game. We're going to shatter another record tonight. Join us. Shout out to everybody. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the support. Thanks for hanging out, listening to me ramble for an hour up here, lunchtime live. We're going to do it again tomorrow.